Hi, I'm Eric Lipson. I'm the ICC General Manager, and I'm here today with Geoff and Geoff, our maintenance crew, and we're going to be talking about one of the tools at the ICC that every house has, which is essential for the keeping the house clean, and that's the Riccar Vacuum Cleaner. And Geoff are going to give us some lessons on how to keep this machine working like it was new.
Hi, I'm Geoff Mayers, the Director of Annual Maintenance.
And I'm Geoff Iverson, Maintenance Technician for the ICC.
We hear all the time that these vacuum cleaners are unreliable, that they just stop working for no reason at all, and people want to know if they should throw them out. People put them on the curb. What's your response to that, Geoff?
Well, actually, these vacuums work really great for us. They're highly repairable. Usually when they stop working, it's because somebody's pulled something into the vacuum that they shouldn't actually pull into the vacuum. It clogs it up, and you just have to unclog it, replace the bag. There's a number of things we'll go through to get your vacuum working like new. The parts that you'll need for fixing your vacuum are laid out right here. We've got vacuum bags, we've got post filters, vacuum belts, needle nose pliers, and a 4-in-1 screwdriver, and that should be all you need to get this vacuum working like new again. Well, I think we should start off with showing you how the vacuum is supposed to work. First, we can point out that if you press this button here, it'll take the door off and it'll show you the main compartment of the vacuum. This is your vacuum bag. Right down here is where the motor of the vacuum is located. I think one of the best ways to explain this would be to show you the path that dirt travels through the vacuum. So if we turn this around and we flip it over, so, by the way, if you press this metal tab here, it'll release that joint on the vacuum. So now, right here we have a latch that'll allow us to open up the bottom of the vacuum and really see the inside of it. So we just flip that over, and you press these two tabs at the outside of the vacuum, and you can pull this entire panel right off. And you can really see inside the vacuum. Now, dirt is obviously being sucked up around the roller right here, and then it's going up into this tube, and it's following the tube of the vacuum up and around and into the back of the vacuum. So if we return to this, now I don't recommend doing this in practice, but for the video we'll show you it running with the bottom panel off.
Now, anytime you're working on the vacuum, it should actually be unplugged.
Correct. Exactly.
Now.
Okay. No, not quite yet. Okay. Just a second. I just want to show you that, as we pointed out from the front, this compartment right here is where the motor is located. And the motor actually has two purposes. One is that it sucks the dirt through the vacuum. So it provides that suction that pulls the dirt up this tube. The other dual function of the motor is that it spins that little metal rod down there, which is connected to the roller through the belt. And so that forces the roller to spin. So it's doing two things. It's pulling dirt through, and it's spinning the roller, which is kicking up dirt on the ground, which then gets pulled up. So now let's go into some, well, actually, why don't I show you the front again? You can replace this on the panel by, if you look at the bottom, there's a lip along the bottom edge of this panel. Now down here, there's a groove that lip will fit into. So you have to put that lip into that groove, make sure it's fully up, and then you can just press down on the vacuum and snap it into place. Last step is to latch this back across, and your panel is securely back onto the vacuum. Now, we'll go ahead and flip it up and around. And as I was saying before, the dirt's being pulled here into the back of the vacuum. Now if we look at that main compartment again, the dirt is being sucked into this main compartment, into the bag. Air continues to get pulled down here into the vacuum and shot out the front of the motor compartment. So the motor is providing that pulling force on the air, pulling in here, pushing out here. So the dirt, when it comes into this bag, it gets trapped in the bag, but the air continues to move through the bag, through the motor, and out the front. And that's essentially how your vacuum is supposed to work. So from here, I can actually show you the bag off. You can see where everything is coming in right here. It's going into the hole in the bag, dirt's trapped there, air continues to pass through and out. From here, I think we should show some repairs that you would make and some problems you might run into on the vacuum.
Why don't you show how that bag goes on there so they understand? That's one of the things.
We'll actually want to replace that on the new vacuum. But one thing I will show you is what happens if your bag is full. One basic, okay, I guess I can go ahead and, I'll just go ahead and show you how to replace the bag on this one. The way you're going to replace the bag, it's got this elastic band around this cardboard square here. And that elastic band is just going to get pushed over the tube here, and that's going to provide tension to hold it in place. So I'm going to lay this flat. I'm going to get my fingers around the edge of this cardboard piece, and then I'm just going to push it down over the tube. Now, you want to make sure to push it all the way down, all the way to the back of the vacuum so that it's securely in place. If you don't push it all the way down, the bag is likely to come off, and that's going to cause you problems. Now, it's kind of difficult to push from the front because you might tear the bag, so it's good to get in around the sides and push that all the way down and make sure it's securely in place. At that point, you can then place the panel back onto the vacuum. Now let me show you one indicator light that helps you know if your bag is full or empty. It's on the left side here of the vacuum. This light, we'll turn the vacuum on again. Normally it should be off. When your bag gets full of dirt, this light will turn on telling you that you need to replace the bag. The other thing it might indicate is that you have a clog somewhere in the vacuum. That'll also cause this to light up red. We'll simulate this now just simply by covering the end of the tube, and you can see it in action. So you can see how that light's supposed to work. So if you see that come on, first thing to check is the bag. If it's full, replace it, and if not, you know you've got a clog somewhere in the vacuum. Let's now go ahead and show you a vacuum that we know actually have some problems, and we'll go through some problem-solving steps and things you might run into.